what your country can do for you. And we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men
I shall resign the presidency effective at noon.
For the generations who know that every man and woman in every town, every village in Kosciusko County is vital to the fabric of life, this could easily be the story of me, of you, or of someone we all love. A story of independence, perseverance, and living in our own homes for as long as we possibly can. And some pretty simple services that make it all possible, helping to keep us all as independent as we can possibly be. Real services.
Any client that walks in the door could be our brother, could be our mother, it definitely could be us someday. So aging is an issue that's going to affect everyone, regardless of your income level, regardless of where you live. Aging will affect us all.
Real Services has been serving men and women in Kosciusko County for over 40 years.
Syracuse was our very first nutrition site in Kosciusko County. And Pierceton, we started in 1983. We serve about 580 people each and every year. So over the years, thousands and thousands of people.
Well, I don't do much cooking anymore. I don't have the energy like I used to, and I don't even like to go shopping anymore. And I can't drive. I do get to go to church. My friends pick me up for church, and I can still talk on the telephone.
When we met Alice, she was very quiet, but you could tell she was a very bright woman. And she was careful to say that she enjoyed her family and she enjoyed her time at home, but she looks forward to every day that she goes to that nutrition site.
Born the same year as the first Macy's Day Parade, Alice grew up, married, and raised a family right here in Pierceton. She never left.
Basically on weekends she fixes some vegetables in the microwave and does the best she can, but she doesn't have the full nutritious meal that she receives at the nutrition site every day.
I do think the meals are well balanced. Some of them I like better than others. Well, the one meal we had last week was so good. It was in here, it was a casserole.
We've done some studies of our own nutrition clients, and what we found is many times this is the only meal that they may eat because they live at home alone. So they're getting this great nutritious meal and they go home and they may just have a snack. But if this program wasn't there, I can tell you that these people would not be receiving the nutrition they need. And beyond that, poor nutrition leads to hospitalization. So for all of these people, it would probably be devastating.
I probably would have not had my health as good as what it is. If I didn't eat the vitamins and everything that I get here.
You can lose someone forever, even though they're right at your side. The most difficult, heartbreaking experience ever endured. But Sydney will tell you, there's help and there's hope.
We all have someone, or will, that has been touched by whether it's Alzheimer's or any other form of dementia. What I have is really a true support group. They lean on each other, they talk to each other outside of group, which is their choice. Because the group is confidential.
People don't want to talk about it. For some reason, they're a little embarrassed or they're shy to talk about it, so they tend to withdraw and be isolated.
Not only have you lost your partner, mentally, this is not what they plan. You dream of retirement, not taking care of your loved one or having to place them. You dream of finally traveling together to be able to spend more time.
It's so important that people get out and reach out because you're going to learn from someone else how it worked to get someone in a shower or how it worked to get somebody in a car because they've been through it before. So it is really important that people talk about it.
You may come in crying, but you'll end up leaving with a smile on your face.
We have a new program called the Institute in Excellence in Memory Care, and that with support groups are trying to work with families to find some joy in the disease. And it's really all about being where that person is in their time, in wherever their memory is. And so laughing when they do things that seem funny, laughing with them is a great idea, but also being where they are, whether they're 5 years old at the time or 10 years old at the time, trying to pull those memories out.
I just have a new gentleman. The thing is, I know him and I know his wife. We all went to school together, so it's really hard. And it'll make me cry to think about this, but he was saying prior to at the tour, and he looked at me and he said, "Sid, is it something I've done?" You know, and I said, "No, it is nothing you've done." And that is probably the hardest for me because it hits home.
If we don't talk about Alzheimer's disease, it's going to be shut into a closet like it was in the old days.
Like you, Teresa's a strong, self-sufficient person. She was used to taking care of everyone else, always helping others in need. But life can surprise any one of us. And for her, a car accident changed everything.
Her situation could happen to any one of us at any time. Life is so frail and our physical well-being is so frail.
Trying to be independent with a disability is hard in itself. I would hate to imagine where I might be. I probably would have finally said, sell this, find an apartment, you know.
Our weatherization program was able to put in some pipe wrap and put in some insulation and clean and tune her furnace and do some things for her to help her tighten up that home. And that's the magic of the weatherization program. We have skilled staff that conduct an audit, an energy audit, and determine exactly what that home needs, what her home needed. And then we subcontract that work out locally to contractors to tighten up that home.
They did their basics, gave me a bathroom fan, which I didn't have, a new thermostat. Then they went so far as to fix a couple of my gutters. They did all these small things.
The weatherization program is one of those programs that's more than just a Band-Aid. It really fixes a home for the life of its home.
Making her modest home significantly more energy efficient.
But I could tell in my utility bills too, a big difference.
So she can afford to stay here as long as she wants.
It was just so nice.
Welcome to a classic American success story. Ron lived his dream by visiting all 48 lower states as a long and short haul truck driver. Bernita, a career in customer service. Family's everything to them, and they've never needed anything from anyone. That is, until Ron was diagnosed with COPD.
It hit me hard and gave me pneumonia, and I almost didn't make it through the first pneumonia.
He was put on life support. We lost our home.
They lost their home, they lost everything.
We'd always worked and never took any unemployment or anything, ever.
The hardship, at a time when they should be able to enjoy what they've earned in life, is hard to explain.
When I had to think about the possibility of staying at the nursing facility, it just was very, I don't know what would have happened.
If not for real services, they wouldn't be in their own home anymore. Probably wouldn't even be together.
I was amazed at how remarkable they really were.
When we got on Medicaid, Medicare, that really helped. And that was through real services.
So now they're in a rented home, but we were able to find out that they were eligible for services under Medicaid. And under Medicaid, we were able to provide home modifications, a ramp, because this gentleman is so disabled that he can't walk very well.
Take my wheelchair right out to the car, and it's just much easier for my wife and my aide and me.
We helped him realign his bathroom so he can get in and out of the shower, and we're providing his wife with respite care.
Respite simply means that Bernita can rest for a little while. She needs that.
She had 2 heart attacks.
If we didn't have real services now, we would not be in this house. He would be in a nursing home. And after I had my heart attacks, I would have been there too.
And their home means so much more to them. They have family coming in all the time, pictures of the children all over their walls, and grandchildren, great-grandchildren.
I would not have the time that I have for all my little babies to come over here.
The truth is Ron's in the final stages of COPD.
They have this sweet puppy that they certainly wouldn't be able to have if they were housed in a nursing facility or assisted living. So being at home means a great deal to them.
Men and women like Ron and Bernita deserve to be together.
I want to stay in my home as long as I possibly can.
It's not hard to understand.
They have helped us unbelievably, and we can't say enough good about them.
As we look to the future, when 20% of our entire population will consist of older adults, real services will be here, innovating, cultivating partnerships, encouraging independence in every neighborhood, village, and town throughout Kosciusko County, serving people of every age, any income level, as guardians with in-home assistance, information, advice, and counseling about long-term care options, Medicare and Medicaid, weatherization, nutrition sites, and a lot more. All with the dignity and respect that everyone deserves. Today, the support of community leaders and volunteers like you ensures that these programs will be here for me, for you, and the people you love tomorrow. Real services.